Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for Devil is a Part-Timer, Episode 7. Ooh. And we have a new girl to add to Mao's harem. I mean,
the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes. At least I'm guessing that's her. It makes sense based around...
the fact that no one would expect her and...
Yes, yes. But also, I just meant the conversation that was had at the church back in the Ila land.
That's right.
But in particular, Lucifer having joined the group, I think makes the whole slice of life dynamic, really fun.
Yes.
And I think having another kind of antagonistic force brought into this by an infiltrator, essentially, I'd say it could be pretty fun. Mm-hmm. In particular, it gives a lot more room for Alciel to be his typical, like,
housewife.
Like, I'm watching you.
Yeah.
Alciel is, like, best husbando and best waifu. Like, he is all of just the everything
combined
packed into one.
Yeah.
Like, Mao does not deserve Alciel.
He really doesn't.
It's really something special what he brings into the stronghold, the palace of the evil one.
He is God's blessing on this wonderful world.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess we're just trying to find out what this girl's game is going to be.
Other than being ditzy.
And also, we still have the mystery of Mickey T out there.
Yeah. I really hope they go into that more soon, because... all the time she's on screen, it's amazing.
She's on vacation right now.
That's true.
And that little gimmick of the card being passed around was hilarious. But looking forward to some new shenanigans and laughs in this one. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what goes down.
Would you like to buy a newspaper?
私は昨日隣に越してきた鎌月鈴乃という。昨夜は出会い品に失礼をした上、お手数をかけたようでかたじけない。かたじけ？こちらは引っ越しの挨拶とお礼代わりにつまらないものだが、引っ越しの挨拶には麺類が先だと聞くような。
これはわざわざと。大丈夫ですか？
こちらの大家とは会ったことがないが、大家とおぼしき方からの手紙に困ったことがあればあなた方に相談しろと書いてある。その手紙に写真が同封されている。
はいはい、それは間違いません。
The terror in their eyes.
とにかく頼れる隣人というのは心強い。では今日はこれにて、今後ともよしなに。
よしなに。
あなたの名前で荷物が届いてるんだけど、何なのこれ？
それは製法機です。
はあ？製法機？
日本で保存しても違和感のない形に加工成形しときました。
うわ、ホーリービタ B。
ホーリーバイタミン B？
じゃなくてベータです。
どうでもいいけど、つまり飲めば製法機が補充できるってこと？
Oh, they're mana potions.
Basically. Ha! Just be careful with the dosage. This should be great.
Yes.
目安とかあるの？
She's gonna drink way too much.
Now, be the maximum.
Now, B vitamins normally make you very like
energetic. Yes. So yeah, I can see some very cool things.
午後2本飲んだりしちゃダメです。
Is she still spying on him?
Yeah, that's literally what she's doing right now.
でも考えようによっては、やっぱり平和に暮らしてる男女体につきまとうストーカーよね、これ。
本当に半蔵殿が火事を知らないのだな。
もう。
シワのまま干したら型崩れするだろう。乾きにもムラが出る。
誰？
はいはい、すみませんね。本当に足がもう一人。
Wouldn't that be amazing?
どういうこと？
生卵でもあれば完璧。
この暑いのにいちいちうどん茹でるの？
四郎殿は毎日毎食これをしているのだ。少しは孝行しようと思わないのか？
That's right.
You tell him. Yes. Yes. That's amazing. Yes, Ginger. We're making some proper ramen. This is awesome.
何やってんだか。
They're preparing a meal. Some ginger within my quarters. Run.
Running time.
And now she falls the same way.
The thing is, she fell the first time she went down the stairs.
But she dropped some of her dosage of stuff.
勇者が階段でこけんなよ。何してんだよ、二人とも。
私は先週隣にまかり越してきた名を鎌月鈴乃と申す。遥か遠い地の時代遅れの旧家出身ゆえ、未だこの地の水に馴染みきれずにいる。都会生活の指導を賜れれば幸いだ。同じくらい。
Why is she looking at her boobs?
ユサエミです。よろしく。
ああ、ごっそさ。
エミ殿はもしや貞夫殿と親密なお付き合いをされているのか？
は？冗談じゃないわよ。
いや、二人の会話を聞いていると気の置けないやりとりというか、
さっさと死ねばいいって割と本気で思ってるから、そこだけは理解してよね。
そうか。
Yeah, I understand.
なんか見たことあるの、この状況。まさかとは思うけど、あなたも魔王狙いなの？何を？聞こえたらどうするつもりだ？ごめんなさい。本当にそうだとは思わなく。最初は異世界からの刺客か、はたまた新手の悪魔かと思ったけど、刺客なら引っ越してきて1週間も何もしないのは変だし、悪魔なら私に礼儀正しすぎる。ここは言っておいた方がいいかな。
ずうずうしいことは承知だが、何卒助力願いたい。
ええ、私にできることなら。
そうか。少しこれで安心できる。そうだ、ちょっと待ってて。
私がいない間に変なことしなかったでしょうね。
僕そんな命知らずじゃないよ。
まあ安心して。あいつらこう見えて順法精神旺盛だから。それじゃあね。
Really?
大丈夫。
Heels
大丈夫だったか。
are not good for running down steps. Oh my gosh. The K
途中で
point.
持ちこたえてるぞ。
The kill
みたい
point.
だ
Yeah.
ね。エミに絡まれると気力が一気に持ってかれるわ。
貞夫殿。
ああ、鎌月さん。さっきはどうも悪かったね。あいつ鎌月さんに失礼なこと言わなかった？
いや、そういうことはないが。
That's
な
supposed
ら
to
い
be
い
a
けど。
lunchbox.
じゃあ俺これから仕事に行くんで。
これよかったら。
はい。
それじゃあ最近魔王とはどんな感じなんですか？
今までと変わらないわ。顔を合わせれば基本的に喧嘩するし、お互い仕事が忙しくてプライベートまでは気が回らなくて。
それって仕事が忙しくてすれ違い
It really does actually. Yeah.
何を言い出すのエメ。
Eme ships them. She ships them.
どんな状況であいつは私の敵よ。恋人とかもう考えるだけで忌々しい。
それじゃあんまり長い間通話してると料金かさみますから、そろそろ
Roaming fees or something?
それじゃあ
No,
ね。
it cost a fortune for her,
手の
maybe.
通り安い。ついに我々の難敵となるであろうセンタッキーフライドチキンが新
Kentucky
規開
Fried
店す
Chicken.
る。
Wow.
まずは私が不在となる明日の午後の営業がマー君、君の送金に
Going
か
to
かっ
be
ているわけ
acting
だ。
manager.
はい。
もちろん緊急の場合を想定し連絡は常時つくようにするが。
真央さん休憩ですか？
ああ、
Yeah,
飯
it's
食おうかなっ
big
て。
yes. And Chi-chan's gonna be like, who cooked that
真
for
央
you?
さん、それ
Right.
これ弁当だけど。
お弁当？
Bento. Yeah.
なんか渋いお弁当箱ですね。
ああ、若い女の子なんだけど。
Yeah.
いきなり大きな声出すなよ。
女の子ってその人にお弁当箱借りたって一体どういうことですか？
しーちゃん、揺らすな
I
よ。
love how like freakishly strong she can get.
隣の女の人が真央さんに見せてもらっていいですか？
わかったからやつなめて。お願い。
My frail human body can't take it. Oh my
おせち？
gosh.
おせち？下の段も見る？
The lower compartment.
嫌な予感がしてたまらない。
She's gonna have to
勢いで
taste
ここま
it
で
to
来た
see
けど
if it's actually
引き
any
返
good
せ
or
るのなら
not.
ば
Right.
引
She
き
has
返した
to.
方がいいのかも。でもここまで来たのならやっぱり引き返せない。
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
開けてくださ
はい。
She's had a brain aneurysm.
今日も地味にストーカーしてしまったわ。
Is that Lucifer? I think so. It's totally Lucifer.
出てきちゃダメよ。それと早く警察を。
Yeah, that's Lucifer. Yeah. How did that work so well?
ごめんなさいね、突き飛ばしちゃって。
大丈夫っす。デコンとこ行ったくらいなんで。
豪華するような敵には。
Oh, that is a good difference. Yeah.
客様、これ客様のですよね。
あ、ごめんね、ありがとう。好きなのよ、意外と。
ああ、そうっすか。
ゆささ千穂ちゃん？ゆささ大変です。お弁当付きハートマークの手作り。女の子が2
A double decker for a girl. Double decker girl. All right, that was hilarious. That was quite the fun episode. That was so funny. In particular, like with bringing in this new character who I love. Yeah, because as far as like quirks go, to make a character endearing right off the bat, that is an amazing one. That is an amazing one. By having her speak in such a formal way, they get to make use of kind of the vocabulary, the difference that she would have comparatively to the group that is still kind of new to this world in and of itself. So they're still figuring out what words mean in particular and stuff. And it's great because if she is from Antiola, which, you know, it's like almost guaranteed that she is, then that's a great way to kind of hide in plain sight. Yeah, very good way to hide in plain sight. So she's mastered disguise in that regard here. And she's doing a very good job at, you know, endearing herself to the group by being so kind, so generous, and then also making it seem like she has a crush on Mao, so she's got another reason to be almost a little bit creepy in how, like, kind she is. Always being at their place and all that stuff, and to be around at all times, stuff like that. And I think the other way to kind of tell is now don't take this the wrong way, but I think they intentionally gave the characters who are from Antiola less kind of popular Japanese names, like less typical ones. Okay. To make them stand out even more so. Right. And I don't know if hers is kind of like that, but she said she was more from a more formal background, so maybe that name would also be, by extension, a less common name. Because and it would also explain why she wears a kimono all the time. Well, that too, yes. In appearance, she stands out a little bit as well. Yeah. Now, but all the shenanigans with just the... Oh yes, the girls in particular was quite hilarious. So this episode, Chi-chan was absolutely hilarious with her freaking out about the lunchbox, and oh no, it's actually it's handmade double decker girl. Yeah, and then she just, all right, take it off, and then she's like, it's a heart. And then she takes off. She's like, I've come this far. I can't turn back. I can't turn back now. I have to keep going. Take it off. Do it. Yeah. And they're like. Just freaks out, just done. She immediately calls at me and she's like, I have a bento box. Oh my gosh. That was great. But yeah, she's probably an infiltrator, the new girl. And I love how she basically helped relieve Ashia since he's just worked too hard. Yes, Ashia, you've done so much. He needs to rest. This is my job. You must rest. And he's like, oh, thank you. You are an angel. With his like not literally, cheeks but like and everything. You are. Yeah. I'm waiting for one of them to call her an angel and be like, well, but not like in the literal sense, because you know,
Because that would be like an insult for them to say that.
Right. Somebody would be like, you're just a demon in the kitchen.
You are so devilish with how you do that.
And the fact that she's able to like strong arm Lucifer into helping her, it's like, you need to be, you need to respect your duties and stuff. And Ashia is doing so much for you, and yet you are not willing to help. And he's like, you tell her. I mean, you tell him. Yeah. Like, I've been doing this for so long. He just won't listen to me.
It's basically the friend that comes over and is like, you don't appreciate your mother enough.
Yes. And the mom's just like, just sitting there on the couch,
just
drinking
like playing
wine
a violin, while it's all happening. Oh yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yep. That was great.
So yeah, we'll probably be moving also into some linear plot, in particular with some kind of assassin there. That seemed a little bit too much like Lucifer, but who knows? Maybe the new girl is not the infiltrator. And oh wait, I'm dumb. Maybe those two could be the same person.
Right. The
infiltrator and the masked, the kimono girl and the masked person could be the same person.
Right. The reason that would make things complicated in an interesting way is because the current theory is that she's someone sent by the Church Inquisition.
Right.
So then
to
why
investigate
would she
Orba's disappearance and also potentially to kill Matt.
Right. So then the question for that is what motive would she have to rob the gas station place or whatever?
No, I think she was coming to kill Emilia, maybe.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, because if anything, she would want to pick them off one by one
while they're alone. Yeah,
and also she might be able to just sense based around just like by looking at them, like who's the actual threat here. And she's like, they're all together here. It's a little bit risky. 3v1, that would be bad for me.
Yep.
Oh, wait, new variable in play. Emilia is just suddenly here.
And that makes a lot more sense because if she can apparently neutralize Emilia's, holy sword powers or whatever, that totally fits along the lines of some sort of, cleric that seals away power.
Right, that came from the angel side of things. Right. The good guy side of things.
They would be able to do something about her holy sword.
Right. Yep. And so far that's kind of our working theory with that.
Although if it was Lucifer, if they did make it so that Lucifer was just sneaking out at night to try and have some fun before he gets cooped up in the house all day,
that would be hilarious
too. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be really funny because he could kind of resent the Ashia and LCL and Mao or Devil and stuff like that for kind of essentially beating him. And he's trying to slowly go out and gain power. Right. So maybe he goes out and does like convenience store robberies just for fun because he likes to mess with people. But he's also doing it to prey on their fear, particularly to gain more of his power back.
One of the other things, and this, I get that it's not exactly they're not exactly making it tough to figure out whether or not the girl is an infiltrator or not. But the fact that they also have her character design be in there behind the glass with all the other characters from Entaila as Chio is looking, outside in, also kind of makes it a little bit they're definitely not from this world. Right. She's so entertaining to watch that I don't really care.
Yeah, she's great. In particular, I think it would be fun to have her essentially follow the same pattern as Lucifer in that she'll eventually make her play attack, but then eventually just join the group, and we just keep this ever-growing group of oddities plus Chi-Chan.
Exactly. And I like the way they're basically setting it up so that, in this not a harem, you have the one girl who earnestly is just head over heels in love with Mao, right?
Exactly.
Then you have the person who is doing everything that to a T would look like she is obsessed with Mao, but I actually believe her that she's not.
Right.
And that she's just okay, this is the thing I have to do, so I'm going to do it.
Right. And that's the problem, is that her identity is too wrapped up in Mao in particular. And that's a problem that I know a lot of people in relationships have to deal with, is they put all their identity into the other person, and therefore their world revolves around them regardless of whether or not they even actually have feelings for that person or that person has feelings for them. Right. So it looks like a really dysfunctional relationship from the outside looking in, which makes it all the more hilarious when people are like, "Are you guys in a relationship?" Because
was either there something that happened
is some history there? And then Lucifer builds it up. It's like, well, they do go way back. It's like, stop making it look worse than it is.
And then of course the new person that shows up is an infiltrator, and they realize, the best way to explain, having such an interest in this person is to just say, I'm in love with them.
Also, she might have came up with that on the spot because Amelia said something.
Sure.
And that was her way of getting in with Amelia. She's like, oh, that's the play. Yeah. I'm gonna go into that, really. And maybe she wasn't really sure about that at the time. I don't think this show is that complicated.
No.
So it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things which came first. It's a chicken and the egg kind of situation. But I like that there's that possibility that she could have been like, oh, I'm going to use that. And then she took her outside and was like, well, what if he heard? And it's like, oh, I was just guessing.
Yeah.
She's like, yes, your observational gifts you're so perceptive. And it's like feeding into her ego, building in as one of the infiltrators. It's pretty clever.
Right. And that's one of the ways where they can have all these girls in the show that are basically obsessed with the main character.
Right.
Even though even though there's only one of them that actually seems to like the main character,
like truly love them,
exactly
in that way,
right?
Which makes me feel really sad for Chi-Chan, because every time I see the opening, you're thinking, character depth. I'm thinking,
sad.
She's never going to. It's going to be an unrequited love story of just her never having any reciprocated feelings.
Well, and the thing is, I'm totally fine with that if there's at least some payoff on the unrequited love part, or something like that, right?
Oh, sure.
Something where basically there's emotional ammunition there that they can use.
So, I'm sure there is, but I'm sure this is also a comedy show.
Yes, absolutely.
So they're not going to go that in depth into the forlorn, broken heart of Chi-Chan.
Yes.
It just saying her name Chi-Chan also makes me kind of chuckle a little bit, because it's like, oh, it's such a cute, endearing thing, and I'm not supposed to take her that seriously. Well, but it would be cute to have her open her heart truly to Mao, and he'd be like,
as if she hasn't already.
No, right in front of him, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I kind of put you through that.
Yeah, not in just the jealousy thing of who's this other girl, but no, I really care about you because, et cetera, et cetera.
And then he opens up to her, and they have a little heart-to-heart thing, but it just couldn't work or something like that.
Yep.
It's one of those shows that's probably a will they, won't they kind of thing, and it never really goes through on any of it.
Right.
It would be fun to see them, buck that tradition and have him just decide, yeah, you're best girl. All right, I just did everyone's work for you. No.
Well, or even if they had it go somewhere else where it came to a definitive conclusion, even if it was a negative definitive conclusion, right? Because I mean, because the what I'm thinking here is that it's a comedy, right? So we're not expecting stuff that's super serious, right? We're here for the laughs, and the laughs are great. Okay. But if they did end up doing something kind of serious, that could be something that just sidelines you because you're not expecting it. You're expecting lighthearted laughs.
Gotcha.
Right? So if they did end up wanting to do a sucker punch, it could hit pretty hard.
It could. It really could. I think that would elevate Chi-Chan's character beyond any of the others.
Yes,
except maybe Alciel.
Yeah, because no one can ever beat you or replace you. You are precious.
He's kind of the character that I hope in some ways remains single throughout the entire show. Because he's got so many children already.
That's right.
He just doesn't have time for relationships.
He's got to keep this family together.
In some ways, actually, now that the new girl, Kimono Girl, has come into play here.
You almost ship her with Ashia.
Well, no, I think that they could end up having a thing where Alciel ends up, in some ways, falling for her a little bit.
Because
it creates this really awkward, love pentagon thing. Really
some sort
weird.
Of dodecahedron.
Right.
Yeah.
And it could be kind of cute to see Alciel be like, she's so dutiful and organized and intentional.
She knows the pain I feel.
Yeah, all of that. That would be really good.
That would be
all
awesome.
Right. Well, looking forward to seeing what kind of shenanigans get into play with Amelia now that she's regaining a lot of her magical powers.
And when is that whole thing of how much she's supposed to drink of that, holy B vitamin juice or whatever.
I think it's supposed to come into play when the Mao household accidentally gets their hands on some of it, and someone just drinks the whole thing like instantly,
Or it'll be something where like it's something where it's like, okay, there's some crazy boss or whatever, something, some opponent they can't beat, and then she's like, okay, let's just chug all of these, and then she's just like twitching
and like radiating magical energy. Yeah. It'd be really funny to see that happen for someone in a serious way that's super epic, and then someone else that's like really stupid and really comedic. I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, both is good. Yeah.
Or hey, that could be how they defeat someone and stuff like that. They basically have them be like, we can't let them get their hands on our secret supply.
Whatever
of magical...
you do, don't drink those things that will get.
They drank 5 of them. They just explode.
That could actually be how they defeat this person. If she's an infiltrator from the church, then she should, holy power should be something that benefits her, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
it's a possibility. Yeah. All right, cool, guys. Well, if you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access. There are full-length reactions there. Mm-hmm. All of this comes with Discord access, where you can get into conversations with us about stories or what have you. Get in some of our Discord factions in there, which are pretty fun and ridiculous.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.